Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War, not remastered. It's going to be a regular OG cast from 1.15 before the remaster. This is from 2008. It is a 1.15 replay featuring NaDa and sAviOr here on Othello. NaDa stopped playing around this time, which means he stopped before a 1.16, which is where you can load replays from that time until now and everything works out. 1.15 is where it gets dicey, especially for long macro games. So, we've got already, it's going to be NaDa here on the top side. He's the yellow Terran. And on the bottom side, it is sAviOr, our orange Zerg player. All right, man, this is Othello. This is NaDa versus sAviOr, and this is an OG StarCraft cast from Falcon Paladin. Man, I love doing this. Last time, I asked for feedback from you guys, and they said, I think the consensus was maybe once a month or so, maybe once every 2 weeks or something like that. So I feel like it's been long enough for me to cast another one here. So we got Terry the Overlord moving out. What's up, Terry? Looks like it's going to be a hatch first here, maybe an overpool. Nope, it's going to be a hatch first play here from sAviOr. And yeah, no production tab, no all the time, all the time minerals and gas tab and supply tab. You have to click to see that. And no worker count at all. You just have to estimate. This is how it was before the remaster for a very, very long time in StarCraft's history. So, got a 12 hatch here. Or an 11 hatch, whatever. And scouting out with a drone. The Terran building a barracks. No command center first play here from NaDa. That is certainly the case. We can't zoom in, we can't zoom out, we can't right click to follow units. My mouse speed is super weird. Look at this. Look at this. Under speed, mouse scroll. Slow. Oh boy. But it's not slow at all. I am barely moving the mouse. It is so fast. Anyway, we've got a pool coming up here because it's not going to be a 3 hatch before pool here from sAviOr. I can tell you that much. And Steve the SCV scouting out. We've got a drone harassing as well here today. Zap, zap, zap. And yeah, this is possible thanks to a program called StarCraft Classic Installer that I found back in late 2021, 2022. Couldn't quite figure out how to get it working, so I kind of just gave up on it and then said, the users and the viewers deserve to see 1.15 and earlier replays. So that is what I'm going to give them here. Macro hatch, which, hang on a second, no gas? I was going to say is kind of a tell for Mutalisks. There we go. There's the gas. Interesting. This is a very, very weird build from sAviOr. Got a 1 Rax expand and then 2nd Rax. Yeah, this is normal. No gas as well. Here from NaDa. So it's gasless here at 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes. Are you planning on getting stuff done with slow lings, sAviOr? This is weird, man. But, I mean, he's throwing in the gas now. What's he going to get his 100 gas for? First 100 gas for speed, probably? Whoa, that production tab means we don't get to tell what's going on there either. We just have to look for wiggling on buildings, I think. Some buildings do, some buildings don't. My God, this is going to be nuts. So reliant on the production tab, aren't we, in StarCraft Brood War in 2023, which is honestly kind of crazy, right? Back in 1998, if you told me, hey, young Falcon, you love this game StarCraft so much, and I did. I loved it so much. No, it's a lair first with that first 100 gas, and second 100 for metabolic boost. Anyway, if you told me, hey, in 2023, which is 25 years from now, you're going to still love StarCraft with all of your heart, I'd be like, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, future me. There we go. Metabolic boost. All right, we can click on the buildings. Derp. Derp, derp. That's me derping. Not only that, you're going to have a really successful YouTube channel on the internet where thousands and thousands of people are going to watch you casting StarCraft games. I would not have believed it. So thank you so much, everybody, for making that possible for me. Dude, Slow Lings just got an SCV. Ugh. The quality of play, man, in 2008, not quite what it is today. And Toy Cop makes that argument quite a bit. As you talk about who are the best players of all time, and you try to bring up people like Boxer, try to bring up people like Fantasy and Yellow, right? And it's kind of like, and Zhang Bi, and it's like, well, they were amazing in a time when people weren't as good at StarCraft as they are today. And the people that are great at StarCraft today are better than anybody who played back in 2008 because they've had more time with it. There have been more tricks that have been discovered. Dude, early fire bats? Oh, that's so sick. Early fire bats, so good. Sunken's up to deal with this little push out. We got Marines, we got medics. This hasn't changed, right? So 2 Sunkens rather than the 3. I don't know. What do you guys think? You think we need more than 2 Sunkens? sAviOr thinks we probably should get a 3rd. Speaking of 3rds, there's going to be a 3rd base. There's not a drone over here. Whoosh. I wonder if Zerg players, here we go. 2 Sunkens plus a little Ling support on the attempted wraparound here. Yeah, gonna shut this down. These Lings have speed. The fire bats, though, yo. Okay, but these medics getting exploded, that's not good for them. And one of the reasons I like to cast these OG replays is because if you go into the remastered client, press F5, it's supposed to show you what the OG graphics were, and it's a lie. They look worse than this. They're all sorts of choppy and blocky. There's no smooth edges to anything like this. These Marines look terrible. I don't like this attack, honestly. Yeah, that was honestly pretty horrible. Out of sAviOr. Dude, get a 3rd base. What are you doing? There it is. Coming in at 6 minutes. God. So yeah, I'm wondering if Zerg players hadn't quite figured out builds that would allow them to get 3rd bases up safely against Terran. And part of that, obviously, is Aspire. Part of that is those mutas. And that's why the muta opening is so popular today in StarCraft Brood War. It's kind of nuts, honestly. That in 2008 doesn't feel like it was ubiquitous enough. Did he get a spot? No, he made some mutas. Okay, I was like, did he make some mutas? He did. Firebats coming down to scout out a potential 3rd base, 300 minerals now. And there's that the 7.5 minute 3rd base. Here's the muta stack. Can't select more than one of these mutas, so that's not great. All right, so muta stacking, looking good. I love these 2 firebats trying to roast up this hatchery by themselves. They can't actually do enough damage to it to bring the HP down while it's building, which is hilarious. Very, very funny. Mutas, maybe trying to swing into the natural base, but there are 3 turrets here. Still no second guess. Muta flock a little bit bigger than I thought it was. They don't have any attack upgrades or armor upgrades at all. I mean, they're willing to sack some Mutalisks here to get rid of all of those turrets, which buys time for the Marines to come in, which, not a great position for them, though. They can't get a nice concave on these mutas. This is actually way more effective than I expected it to be. Are we seriously just not going to worry about this? Finally sending some Lings over to deal with that. The mutas, maybe he's trying to bait the mutas into coming back and dealing with those firebats, but sAviOr don't care, man. sAviOr does not care about that at all. I don't know how many mutas are in this stack at all. Looks like it's about 5 or 6. Sure. He's trying to get more turrets up. The mutas are like, how about you not do that? All right, fine. So the firebats get wiped out. They did take this hatchery down to 500 HP out of 1250 available. So that is vulnerable to future attack without a doubt. Mutas, these firebats don't know what to do with themselves. Okay, that was some crazy, crazy effective Mutalisk harass for how late it was, right? It was late. Am I wrong? I don't think I'm wrong. Do you see any Hydras yet, ladies and gentlemen? Yes, there are some Hydras. You have to assume Lurker aspect is being researched. Because of course it is. Because that Hydra meta against Terran has not really come into play yet. That's more of a 2022-2023 thing, isn't it? Hilariously. Far into the future. Queen's Nest coming in. Oh gosh, before this 3rd base even has the 3rd gas, we got a Queen's Nest coming in. Ow, lost a muta there. All right, well, that's a 4-kill muta. Can I select any of the other mutalisks? Just the one, apparently. 4 kills on that muta is nice. Lings are trying to make sure 3rd base from NaDa is not going well. NaDa is certainly SK Terraning here, isn't he? He's not going for the mech that was more popular back in 2008. but not so popular that he's just going mech against a Zerg player as a matter of fact, right? We're going to get some science vessels, a little bit of radiate happening. Oh, this muta, I swear, this muta harass is like the most effective muta harass I've seen in a ZVT in years. I cannot believe how effective this has been. That's a 7-kill Mutalisk right there, and part of it is this map that has this super annoying high ground they can fall back to. So the Marines can't shoot them until they're right on top of them, and the Marine range is largely negated, which totally sucks. Like, I main Zerg, and I can empathize with this poor NaDa. It's just, I mean, not that NaDa needs my help. NaDa's one of the legendary players of StarCraft history. But yeah, I mean, these guys, look at what they're doing. That's an 8-kill Mutalisk. 8 is a lot of kills for a Muta. Scourge up in case, I guess, Wraith shows up, or... Okay, we're not just going to sit here. Your job is to kill science vessels. Hey, look, a science vessel. Hey, do we have a radiate yet? Maybe. It's... Oh, this feels like this guy has a radiate. Feels like he's poking it out there. But yeah, see these rounded edges, curved surfaces? It's all like tiny, you can, like, giant pixels when you press F5 in the remaster client. It's a lie. And it bothers me. Skirt! Get the science vessel! Huge connection, but I think all the mutas died. I think he lost all of the Mutalisk to that. So, we do have some tanks. This is not pure SK Terran. Look at this. This factory is running. I thought maybe this was just to get up the science facility in the starport, but no. It seems like it's good. Going to be used for siege tanks. So this is not SK Terran. Every Terran player just breathe a sigh of relief. Any amount of tanks is going to be good here, right? Terrans that hate SK Terran, I see you. I see you in the comments complaining about it for sure. All right, Marines, tanks, medics, rolling down. I like it. Lurkers are already out. I mean, we saw that lurker aspect. We assumed it was coming in a while ago. So it makes a ton of sense. Sunken up just in case a drop shows up over here. A Nidus Canal, a late Nidus Canal too. Honestly, a pretty late Nidus Canal compared to modern times. So that's what I'm talking about. sAviOr and NaDa were two of the top of the ladder elite players back in 2008. And like, there's not a third base for the Terran yet at 12 minutes. The Zerg player's barely on 3 bases. Just now starting a 4th base. Ooh, and a 5th base at 12 minutes. All right. So things are slower. That muta harass was way more effective. Again, I'm not sure if that was just related to the map. Othello kind of sucks for that kind of stuff. I mean, you could put tanks up here too. Right? Yeah, you could put tanks up here. I think you can land tanks. Oh yeah, that's a lot of space for tanks. Part of why you want those mutas, right? Those Lings got absolutely nothing done. All right, cool. So NaDa setting up to get a 3rd base. This is it. Yep, that's a 3rd CC being built inside the main for main purposes. I have to assume Adrenal's on the way if it's not already done. Yeah, this hive's been up for a minute, and that spawning pool is not running. So, and yeah, Plague's on the way. So we've got Consume. We've got Adrenal. We're working on further upgrades for the Lings here. The Lurkers, we got that +1 ground carapace. The Lings are at no attack upgrades and +1 ground carapace as per usual. But this is really problematic for NaDa. That muta harass got so much done. It was disgusting. So many SCVs died. So many Marines died. Missile turrets got killed. I mean, missile turret deaths aren't really a huge metric, but you know, it just sucks. It sucks to lose them. You have to rebuild them. That's SCV mining time you lose. That's resources that could be made. It's 2 Marines for a turret, man. All right, Dark Swarm is up. Oh, boy. Dark Swarm's here. Lurkers are here. Irradiate is obviously here. Blah. Defiler explodes. New Defiler wiggling around, having a wonderful time. Vulture gets on. I like this. Gets on in to this 5th base. He's like, I was going to say, I can win that battle. No, it turns out you can't. 3rd base landing here at 14.5 minutes for NaDa. Scourge in case a drop shows up. Lings in case a drop shows up. I don't think I've seen a drop ship, though. These seem to be science vessels only being produced here. No reason for Valkyries at this point. The mutas are all dead, although that might make Overlord hunting more productive. But I guess there are Scourge out. So Valkyrie's not very happy about that. So Terran's at 103 supply. sAviOr's at 118. Being down in supply against a Scourge player, not good. Scourge 1 connection, but not 2. Lurker Spine's getting some terrible hits here. And by terrible, I mean great hits for sAviOr. And they know about this base because the Vulture scouted it. Top left. That's what this NaDa is for, though, is instantaneous, incredible amounts of reinforcements. NaDas are one of the greatest units in all of the game. And by unit, I mean it's a building, but still. There's only one Lurker at the top of this ramp, which does not, like, seem like it's enough. You want to irradiate? I mean, you want to irradiate it? Or, fine, we're going to irradiate the Lurker, which is going to take us some time. Keep thinking this is a drop or something, but that's just a science facility floating out there. Ah, there we go. More Lurkers burrowing in as one of them explodes. Irradiates the Defiler. Wants a Plague. Does get a nice Plague out on 3 Marines and a Medic, as it's going to die anyway. That is an A+ Plague. That was not easy to get at all. So, yeah, that push up to the 5th base of sAviOr, a complete failure. This is not looking good for NaDa, friends. He's 121 supply. 134 from sAviOr. From sAviOr. That's right. The Defiler wiggle existed in the OG graphics. Kind of dances to the music a little bit. Where are your tanks? How did you stop making them? Well, it looks like a new one to me. These Lurkers hanging out in the middle. NaDa just kind of dancing around. I mean, he's like, I guess I could deny bases for sAviOr, but I really can't seem to bust him off any of these ones. Oh, this is a nice base to take, too. Look at this one. Othello has some really nice places to take bases, which I did not intend to rhyme. How many Lurkers are in this stack? Because I can't tell. I can't select multiple units. This is an interesting attempt from sAviOr. It's okay. Some Lings died. A couple Marines went down. Not the greatest trades, but it was a good effort, I suppose. This bad. It's just a bad rally for that Marine. What are you trying to do, friend? What is happening here? Yeah, honestly, a drop out of NaDa would probably get a lot of work done. However, Science Vessels with a gajillion irradiates can really get rid of the backbone of this army, which is why the Scourge take out 2 of the Science Vessels immediately. NaDa. 4th base coming up from NaDa here. All right. Hang on. Irradiate the Defiler. Took a Plague. Got her to irradiate off. Got 2 irradiates off. Plague. That is a great Plague, too. Yeah, man. The Defilers are exploding here, but you just got absolutely smacked back. Back to your 3rd base. Back to defending what you have and getting a 4th base up, which is great. But, I mean, look at sAviOr. He's got a 6th base now. A 7th base is on the way. And an 8th base is on the way, if I'm counting correctly here, which, and a 9th base. All right, sAviOr is just styling at this point, isn't he? Just styling. 150 supply for the okay, so that 9th base, not allowed. Great. Yeah, 190 supply for the Zerg here. sAviOr was a really good Zerg player, you guys. And, like, I know he was busted for match fixing, but you don't get the opportunity to match fix unless you're an insanely good player. Look at these Lings. Allowing this Lurker to absolutely crush. That's got to be more than 1 Lurker here. It was 1 Lurker. My God. Scourge connection there. Ultralisks are out. Irradiate the Ultras. No, the Science Vessels are left unprotected. Oh, no. Okay, well, that is an unfortunate GG. Sure, irradiated Lurkers and stuff, but that just knocked NaDa all the way back to the Stone Age. 130 supply, way more than I thought there'd be, and a maxed out sAviOr here with, you know, only 7 bases. He's going to retake his 8th, hilariously, and his 9th, also hilariously. My gosh, sAviOr. Yep, so this game's over. We're looking at it. NaDa's 3rd base is so late. Obviously, the Muta Harass was a huge part of this, too. And then sAviOr expanding a million times. NaDa's inability to really threaten any of those bases at all. If you're not killing bases, oh, there are hiders in the mix here. If you're not killing bases, what are you doing in a game of StarCraft? I mean, there's a few Ultra Corpses down here, but sAviOr, if we look at his money a bit, yeah, he's spending very well, which means he probably has like 8 more Ultras on the way. And by that, I mean it's 100 Zerglings, which is great. Yeah, there are some hiders in the mix here. So NaDa, 100 supply, 179 supply from sAviOr. Here come the Cracklings. They have the upgrades yet. 3-2, close to Cracklings. Scourge looking for science vessels, instead getting murked from long distance by missile turrets. But yeah, this is a 9th base for sAviOr. In case you're feeling like NaDa has a bit of a chance, it's another sick plague. He's got any kind of a chance in this game. The last time I saw a Zerg player get 9 bases was, I don't even know. I don't even know. Years ago? It's just, it should be impossible, is what it should be. But, yeah. NaDa's on 4 bases. There's no gas here. Keep saying it's 3. It is 4, but when you're going up against 9, does it matter? Let's see. This lurker is not on the right side of the swarm here, so the tank shot is not hurting it. If it was here, it would. It's kind of weird, actually. NaDa's like, can I move out? Is it even possible for me? Continually creeping up that supply. 9th base exists for the Zerg. That's all I have to say, isn't it? 9th base exists for Zerg. And then Terran's like, well. In that case... Man. Remember the days when we'd see mech against Zerg and infinite Ultralisks would go rolling across the open fields until like 27 siege tanks and the tanks would kill all of them? It's not what this is it? No, 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 no. This is all of the Ultras and it's squishy Marines and like 2 tanks to try to stop them. Not really enough. But yeah, this is SK Terran versus Ultralisk in 2008. Hey, look, there's dropships, you guys. Why is there a drone up here? I don't know. Can that Ultralisk not get through this? Ultras are too fat. Interesting. So, look, NaDa's 3rd base is forfeit. NaDa's 2nd base is all mined out. But these Ultras are probably not going to get through. And a bit of a silver lining here for Terran players. This is 104 supply. This Scourge wipe out the dropships. There are Marines. 4 Marines and a siege tank up here. Tanks are at 0-0 upgrades. They are 3-3 Marines. The 4th base gets killed by a bajillion Ultralisks. Because guess what? When you're on 9 bases, you can have a bajillion Ultralisks. It turns out. Oh my gosh. Well, hope you learned a lesson from this one. And that lesson is... Zerg OP. sAviOr was really good. NaDa just did not expand quickly enough, often enough. Or kill bases of sAviOrs enough. I mean, this is Ultra Ling. This is Ultra Ling in a way that we have not seen it in a while. Wow. Well, I don't know if that's a GG. I think maybe some people would have some concerns about me calling it a GG necessarily, because good grief, sAviOr just kind of crushed. Yeah? Kind of just crushed. I mean, I'm trying to... I don't know. I'm trying to think of a way that NaDa could have won this game. But... Woof. Holy smokes. That was just a crushing. And Terran fans. I am so sorry. I figured that was a 24-minute replay. Maybe it wasn't. It wasn't a one-sided stomping, but yo. Yo. All right, cool. I'm trying to remember. Do we get a final score screen here in the old? Yeah, we do. In the old one. Cool. So 178,000 to 135,000 points is not good at all. Outproducing the Terran, outkilling the Terran, out-breezing the Terran, and outspending the Terran by golly, almost a full 20,000 resources in 23 minutes is a ton. So yeah, let this not be a situation wherein we say that NaDa was bad. No. NaDa was good. sAviOr was just amazingly good today. Hey, Artosis and Tasteless and DJ Wheat were here. Fun stuff. This was probably cast live. Yeah, and they were like, dude, WTF NaDa. All right, cool. So that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Not Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.